I've been doing personal injury law since 2005, so I've got a couple decades of experience. I've handled all kinds of cases in personal injury. I look at jury verdicts at the office, the attorneys, we roundtable, we collaborate, we talk. Every attorney in the office has decades of experience, and so we talk it out and we really come up with what we believe is fair. We don't just settle cases and try to, close a file. Some cases settle quickly and some take years and some require extensive litigation and trial, and that's okay. The goal is to get the most money for the client and have it be fair. And if that means we take it, to trial, we will. But the goal is also to take all of the burden away from the client. So we want them to focus on handling their medical treatment and healing and not worry or stress about the legal stuff. So we try to take on all of the burden for them. Part of that is to try to resolve it for them sooner rather than later so that they can have some closure and move on. Also, our job is to give advice based on our experience. So sometimes we tell them, you shouldn't settle. We need to fight this. We need to take this to court. We need to take this to trial. They're the decision holders, but we give them our sound advice of what they should do, because ultimately we want to win. We want them to get the compensation they deserve. When I started my career, I didn't have any injuries or pain. I was young. I was the youngest to graduate from my law school. So initially when clients would tell me, their neck hurt, they couldn't get out of bed, their back hurt, I felt bad for them, but I couldn't really relate personally. Since then, I've had my own injuries. So when they do tell me certain things, or I'm looking at an MRI, or I'm speaking to one of my medical experts, I understand it in a whole new level because I'm actually in their shoes and I get it. And I'm also in pain sometimes, and it's also hard to get out of bed sometimes. So I get it, and it makes me more passionate and aggressive, and it changes the way I talk to defense attorneys and insurance companies, because I know how horrible every day is, and that's why I really try to tell a story when I talk to them and I'm negotiating with them, because it's these defense firms and insurance companies, they see thousands of claims, and it's just like a robotic system for them, and they don't really see this as this human being that's life has been damaged, and they're never going to be the same, and there's really nothing I can do to undo the harm that's been done to them. So I argue now and negotiate with much more passion, and I guess it's more personal. I care about my clients, and I understand what they're going through physically as well as everything else. So my goal is to always succeed and win for them and fight for them and be the voice that they can't be, take that stress away from them, and get them what they deserve.